Don't arise without a knock, just pale hands on the door. Dust lifting off the floorboards where your boots have been before. You stand between the leaving and the life you've never named, with an atlas in your ribcage and a match you haven't flamed. Youth is not a blessing, it's a wager placed in bone. A hunger for the far off and a fear of staying home. So you step into the open where the hours have no rails, carrying a faith that hasn't learned how often it can fail. Time is not a teacher, it's a field we'll learn to tend. Some days only planting, some days begging it to mend. We borrow warmth, we borrow names, we borrow borrowed ground, trying to build something lasting where nothing stays around, where nothing stays around. There are years that taste of iron, skies that never clear, where every plan feels borrowed and every step costs dear. You strike the buried fault line where the past still keeps its claim. Old words rise like weather and refuse to lose their name. You learn how loud the quiet is when no one calls you back, when courage feels imaginary and mercy's off the map. The world keeps all its distance, turns its shoulder, doesn't ask, and you discover endurance is the heaviest mask. But most of living isn't fire or falling to your knees. It's a measured breath of evenings and the ordinary keys. It's washing cups in silence, counting cracks along the wall, fixing what is broken though it doesn't change at all. This is where the meaning grows unnoticed, slow and plain, like weathering a shoreline drained by stubborn grain. Not glory, not collapse, just showing up again, learning how to love the shape of days that never end. Then comes a chair that stays unfilled, the voice you almost hear, a space that holds a lifetime where someone should be near. Grief is not a storm, it's a tide that never leaves. It moves your house by inches, rearranges what you breathe. You touch the things they touch once, as if they might respond. A coat that keeps its posture, a clock that still goes on. And slowly you understand love doesn't disappear. It changes how you carry light through darker years. Every road completes its circle, every season trades its skin. The end is just the letting go of who you've always been. If time is kind enough to pause and let you look behind, count the miles traveled, only moments you were kind. The hands you didn't turn away, the pride you learned to lose, the times you stayed and listened when leaving felt like truth. Not the noise, not the striving, not the names carved into stone, just the quiet proof you mattered in the lives you brushed alone. Time was never something on, just something passing through. A field we walked barefoot, not knowing what we knew. We held what warmth would stay with us, then learned to let it land, leaving only honest footprints where we once traveled.